Let me help you out of your chair, Grandma. Grandma.
Hey, what up? This is Jay Music.
Hey, man, it's Randall from Clerks.
And you're watching Rubber City Wrestling. Real pro wrestling, not that flippy stuff.
Rubber City. Isn't that what they call James Franco's bedroom? Guy orders condoms by the pallet.
Snoogans.
Hello and welcome to another edition of RCW Spotlight. I am your host, your role model, Rick Lieb. And with me today is the referee for Rubber City Wrestling, and a radio host on Morningwood or something like that. What's it called? I don't listen to radio.
WMMS's Rover's Morning Glory.
Morningwood. Okay. That's a weird name for a show, by the way.
Well, hey, it is what it is. I mean, if it works, it works. That's how he gets the ratings.
Right. I mean, anyway, Jeffrey LaRocque. Jeff, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Rick. Nice to see you again.
All righty. Well, a lot of things have happened since the last show. We're going to talk about that in the second half. That's why we have you on here. And, we got a couple big events also coming up.
Yes.
One's in your neighborhood.
Yep. My hometown of Cleveland, and it's going to be a giant. It's going to be a Gargano's Pizza on July the 6th.
Yes.
And it's supposed to be a dynamite event. I'll be there. I'll be officiating.
Okay.
Laying down the law too.
Absolutely. Just as long as you don't get in my way and push me down when I'm already exhausted, I'll be all right.
When you put your hand on me,
I was exhausted. You know
right.
What would happen if we was in a real match? What would happen?
You know, Rick, you've been in this business since before I graduated from high school, and you're a veteran. You're a legend. You should know the rules of not putting your hands on a referee. I
didn't think I did. But
that's
either here or there. We squashed the beef. Again, I'll shake your hand.
Yes, we did.
It's all water under the bridge. And just for the record, no, I did not pay any other officials to hit him. But we are going to go ahead and talk about that when we come back and talk about these events coming up. So with that being said, we're going to take our first commercial break.
In 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
That's my line. 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Saturday, July 6th, Rubber City Wrestling for the first time ever comes to Cleveland, Ohio at Gargano's Pizzeria. See incredible action like a grudge match years in the making between Scott E. Stevens and your role model Rick Lieb. A tag team championship #1 contenders match and a non-title light heavyweight match between champion Ruthless Alexander Crowley and Harley T. Morris. Also scheduled to appear the Spotlight Marcus Knight, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, the Hawaiian Hammerhead Draven Post, the Alpha Bros, and so many more. Be there for the biggest bash of the summer, live at Gargano's Pizzeria in Cleveland, Ohio for Rubber City Wrestling Battle on Hallowed Grounds. 3484 West 25th Street, Cleveland, Ohio. Doors open at 3 p.m. Bell time is at 4. Be there July 6, 2024 for Rubber City Wrestling Battle on Hallowed Grounds. Tickets available now.
Blue Collar Brawler J.O. Watson here. I work hard all day, every day, working for the common man, working for everyone. And when I get off work and I want to have a nice cool beer to reward myself, I come to Lou's Tavern in Prairie Township, Ohio.
For good times with good people in a family-like environment, come to Lou's, 3238 Lincoln Way East in Massillon, Ohio, 44646.
Welcome back to RCW Spotlight. Our guest today and my co-host for the day, Jeffrey LaRocque over here, at RCW Civil War, was actually involved in somewhat of an altercation, although in your defense, it wasn't much of an altercation. He was sucker punched and sucker slapped, actually.
Yeah.
But you know, by somebody who actually, you know, he caught you with the meat of his hand, which in the temple, which kind of put you out for a second.
Oh yeah.
Did you see it happening, or were you not expecting it at all?
I was not expecting anything to happen. I was
No guard
officiating
up,
the match. I was
right.
counting the pin. There was a point where I was in position in the ring where kind of like my legs were kind of like hang out over the apron.
Right.
And I felt somebody grab me and just yank me out of the ring. And this person said, "Do your job," which I've been doing since I started refereeing in RCW. Slaps me across the face, knocks me out. And this individual, I hope he knows, I got a stunner with your name on it, son.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about. So, first of all, he's not a he's a referee, but he retired. I mean, didn't he retire from refereeing?
Yeah, it's my understanding.
Right, that was my understanding too. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you see him back, but not back as an actual official, back doing as the Night Enterprises.
Something like that.
No,
my understanding is I reviewed the footage.
Is it, no, I'm asking. I know who they are. I'm saying, is he Night Enterprises like referee? I mean, yeah, the shirt.
I have no idea. I saw it.
Or did they just pay him to get there?
I don't know what they did or what the story was. I was out like a light, so I didn't see the conclusion of the match until I had reviewed the footage.
Oh, so no one's even told you about it. Okay, so no one's told me about it either. Not even my good friend Terrence Knight, who, you know, successful win for George Davis, by the way.
Yep.
And by the way, this altercation he's talking about, we just aired that on Thursday. If you missed it, go back, watch it, after this is over, of course. And you'll see for yourself exactly what was going on. So, yeah, it was crazy. Now you just said that you have a stunner with his name on it. So I have to ask, are you calling him out for a match?
If he still holds a win over me. He likes to rub that in my face.
Wait a minute, so he's wrestled before?
I've wrestled him before.
Oh.
Yeah, he said he has.
So he does have wrestling background.
He does have some. He says he likes to brag that he beat me in a match, and he likes to call himself the perfect referee. I don't care how much experience you have in any aspect of professional wrestling, you're not perfect.
I don't know why our cameraman's bouncing, but he's making the camera bounce, so he should probably stop.
And
anyway.
Paul, we can settle this one of two ways. One, you and I step in the ring, have a rematch, or you referee one match, I'll referee a match, and we'll let Shannon Goho, who's our RCW, my understanding is the general manager here.
Yes.
Let him decide.
He's actually the commissioner. Shannon Goho's already decided. He said, under no circumstances is Paul right now is officially, not only is he retired, but suspended from refereeing, because until he could prove himself as not a biased official. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I thought his call was perfect in the ring. I thought he did a great job when he got in there, but you know, in your defense, I don't agree with him sucker punching you. Believe it or not, everybody likes to accuse me of I've taken a shortcut here and there every once in a while. That is not what I'm doing. Is there like someone's phone sounds like a chicken? You hear it? Somebody, well, there's people, you know, what we have people here, but they're watching outside the ring and stuff. It sounds like someone has like a chicken phone, chicken for their notification. It's driving me nuts. It's very, very distracting. Anyway, I apologize. And so Paul, here's what Shannon Goho told me. He said, "You hear it now? Okay, so it ain't
It's
just
not
me."
phone. My phone.
And now I think they're
ringer
doing
off.
it on purpose. Yeah, my ringer's off too. All right, he said, in this match, or as far as Paul's concerned, he's suspended indefinitely, and on top of that, he said that what he will do is, please turn that off. What he will do is give you a match on Global if you wanted to. So I was supposed to ask you if you wanted one, but you already jumped in and said, yeah, you already challenged him. So what I'm asking you right now is, do you want to wrestle Paul Rhodes in a match on Global?
Yeah, I'm going to show him that, one, I still have what it takes. I still have a little bit left in the tank to get back in the ring. And I'm going to show him that I can, now I'm able to wrestle, I can still referee. I'll admit, I'm getting better with practice. I'm not perfect, I'll admit that, but...
Yeah, when you blew the call in my match against Crowley the first time in the cage.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you blew that one. You said I had brass knuckles when you clearly
Yes, and you did have brass knuckles.
You clearly pulled those out of your pocket.
Rick. We're going back down that old road.
And I tried to get Shannon Go to review that one and get you suspended, but he said that he didn't have enough.
It was a standard wrestling match. Now, had it been no,
you raised my hand in victory already. You should be allowed to change.
But if it was no holds barred, you would have won the match and you'd have been able to use that. But it wasn't that type of match. It was a standard wrestling match.
No,
you used it for an object.
I get it. All right. I have found peace with myself. I have forgiven you. I am not going to be mean to my guest. Okay. Sometimes I gotta coach myself. Sometimes I do.
I noticed, but hey, I saw the footage. You think you want
Stop talking about it, in other words.
Okay. Well, let it be.
You say tomato, I say tomato. Actually, I don't even know a person that says tomato, so I hate that phrase.
In the words of the Beatles, let it be.
Folks, July 6th, Rubber City Wrestling will be in Cleveland, Ohio at Gargano's Pizzeria. And on that event, it'll be myself versus Scott E. Stevens. The name of it, Battle on Hallowed Grounds. And the doors open. All right, now here's the thing. I'm going to have to ask Andrew about this because this here says doors open at 5 p.m. bell time at 6. But online, or on the flyer that's online, it says doors open at 3 p.m., I think.
And bell time at 4.
So I am not going to give the time of it yet because I think that online is the correct time. I believe the tickets are wrong. But I will talk to Andrew, who is the booker, and see what he says. Yes, our producer now is the booker. Hey, we'll see how he does. The main event, I don't know. It might be me versus Scotty Stevens. I don't think so. But I know that it's going to be a great event. I'm hearing rumors that they're finally going to give Harley T. Morris a shot at Crowley's belt. If that's the case, I'm happy.
Harley, I've refereed a couple of Harley's matches. He's as good as he says he is.
Yeah, I know he is. That's why we brought him to the way.
Yeah, I think whatever the case may be, if Harley does get a crack at the RCW Light Heavyweight Championship, now held by Alexander Crowley, then it will be, in the words of Jim Ross, a slobber knocker.
Yes, sir.
Which I believe the match between you and Scotty Stevens will definitely be a slobber knocker.
Yeah. Oh, I owe him one. I know that you didn't referee the match when he came in as the Grinch, but I'm sure you've seen it by now. He literally wore a Grinch costume while I was wrestling Marcus Knight in a match that I had been looking forward to for the past 20 years. I mean, you always heard about how good he was. I wanted to see.
I've wrestled Marcus myself, and I gave him a run for his money, but his experience, I came up short.
Now, you'd probably be able to beat him now that he's really old.
I don't know. The one thing I've always been told, never underestimate your opponent.
No, I know. I'm just messing around. Okay. So that is July 6th. That's a Saturday. And it is literally, in other words, less than a month away. And get your tickets. Tickets are on sale. Just hit up one of your favorite wrestlers. Or, can you please quit shaking? This ring is fragile. You can't keep moving around. See, that's the problem when you have it in front of live people. You know, you got phones that make noise. You got people bumping into the ring. It just doesn't work. That show is on July 6th, and you definitely want to be there. Gargano's Pizzeria. I believe it's an outdoor event.
Yeah, I believe so. I looked at it looks like it's going to be an outdoor event.
Okay, well, you know what? I like it when we do them in the summertime.
As long as the weather
permits. Yeah, because remember we had to cancel one last year.
I remember. Yeah, I remember that. It was the Melanie Lake. It was the last. I think the final show we were doing there, and it just like.
Yeah, it was the culminate. It was like literally the big event to end the summer before going to Art of War.
Yep.
Another one that we have listed already, the Art of War 5. That one will take place on August 10th at the Akron Turner Club in Talmadge, Ohio. So obviously they're not listening to me. So and on that card, there are no matches yet, but
stay tuned,
we will
and
definitely
they'll come through the pike as.
Let's worry about this event first.
Yep.
We got to see who's still doing what, holding what, and all that other good stuff. But yes, great shows. July 6th, August 10th. Mark them on your calendar now. These are both going to be great events, obviously, because I'm on both cards.
Yep.
And so are you.
Well, yeah, I'm refereeing. I'm laying down the law.
Bro, please. It's not funny. They're laughing. They're laughing. They're quiet enough to where they're not being picked up, but their damn phones. Anyway, if it keeps going off, we got to kick them. See how I did that?
Yeah, I mean, it gets
All right.
annoying. I mean,
We might have to kick him out during a commercial break. Speaking of which, we need to take one right now. So we're going to go ahead, take commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to take your questions.
2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Saturday, July 6th, Rubber City Wrestling for the first time ever comes to Cleveland, Ohio at Gargano's Pizzeria. See incredible action like a grudge match years in the making between Scott E. Stevens and your role model Rick Lieb. A tag team championship #1 contenders match and a non-title light heavyweight match between champion Ruthless Alexander Crowley and Harley T. Morris. Also scheduled to appear the Spotlight Marcus Knight, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, the Hawaiian Hammerhead Draven Post, the Alpha Bros, and so many more. Be there for the biggest bash of the summer, live at Gargano's Pizzeria in Cleveland, Ohio for Rubber City Wrestling Battle on Hallowed Grounds. 3484 West 25th Street, Cleveland, Ohio. Doors open at 3 p.m. Bell time is at 4. Be there July 6, 2024 for Rubber City Wrestling Battle on Hallowed Grounds. Tickets available now.
Do you enjoy indie flicks and B-movies? Maybe have a script in mind and want to be showcased? Well, the same company that gave you Footsteps and Night Z, Guru Films, is looking for more ideas. Contact us at thegurufilms1@gmail.com or through the Guru Films Facebook page. So be sure to follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/gurufilms.420 to purchase DVDs and for updates on new films coming soon.
Would you like to see your commercial aired on both RCW Spotlight and RCW Global? Contact us on social media at facebook.com/Rubber City Wrestling, Instagram at Rubber City Wrestling, or email us at the RCW Network at gmail.com.
Welcome back to RCW Spotlight. Well, fans, it's that time of the show again. You've got questions?
We've got answers.
Now, if you'd like for us to read your questions on the air, feel free to write us at x.com/
Rubber City Wrestling.
Nope, Wrestling Rubber. Rubber City Wrestling one, they lost the password too, so now we had to make a new one. A while ago. Where you been? Where you been? Anyway, so I believe Ken sent you the questions.
Yep.
By the way, Ken, rest easy, my brother. I need you back soon.
Ken,
So
get well
hurry up
soon,
and get
brother.
well.
I miss all your wrestling stories from the 70s.
Damn right. And 80s.
Yep.
80s.
80s, 90s.
Yeah.
And him beating the crap out of the valedictorian. I wish I could referee that match, though.
I thought the valedictorian won was a good match. So
Let's not forget, I beat the valedictorian.
Yeah, you cheated.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay.
Okay, so they kicked the dude out with the phone, and now he's like standing outside the thing. You can still hear it.
Yeah,
Not
unfortunately.
as loud,
I'll
but-
drop a stunner on him when we're done.
Good. Go ahead.
Okay, well, Misty Blue from Canton, Ohio writes, what wrestler you guys feel have the best total package as far as mic skills and in-ring ability?
Okay, we're gonna probably answer this. All Around and RCW.
Okay.
Okay, so all around, I would have to say, don't do that, please. See, I have to be nice to them because, you know, they're just here getting ready. They're students. We're in the ring. We're going to be training some today as soon as this is over. Alexander Crowley's going to be doing the training. Does it on Sundays, by the way, for you aspiring wrestlers. And then of course, I train on Saturdays. Okay, so what wrestler, or what was the question?
What wrestler do you guys feel had the best total package as far as mic skills and in-ring ability from Misty Blue in Canton, Ohio?
Okay. All Around, Ric Flair. RCW, Rick Lieb.
Well, the way I answer that question, if I was to go back into wrestling history, I would say one of my favorites of the 70s was Superstar Billy Graham.
Oh yeah, but he couldn't wrestle for a lick.
But he
said mic skills and wrestling. So
right.
Mic skills wise, yeah, Billy Graham would have to be up there. But
the only other name I can think of was Nick Bockwinkel.
That's who I would have had at second.
Nick Bockwinkel.
Wrestling wise,
he didn't have to raise his voice. He was very matter of fact. Just like when I watch studies promos, I like to watch his facial expressions. So I like when wrestlers don't wear sunglasses so I can see what their facial expressions are. But I have to agree with you. If it comes to the greatest, it had to be Ric Flair because he had that unique balance of not only being good on the mic because that's how you draw people into the building, and then you wrestle the guy to show him that, hey, I'm a champion. Exactly. But if I come up to more recent wrestlers, I'm talking about like in the 90s and the Attitude Era, it'd be a toss up between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, those ones too. Okay.
But today's wrestler,
good question.
I have to say, LA Knight.
What about RCW? Yeah, definitely. If you're talking about now, I agree with you on that one. Okay, RCW, who did you have?
In RCW, I always thought it was you. Because I always like to say, when you end your promos, you're dismissed.
Yes. Oh, that's
and the way you make your facial expressions and what you say, how you say it, and very matter of fact, and you don't have to raise your voice.
You know why? Because I just tell it what's really on my mind. I don't script. I don't do anything. I just go there, and if I have a problem with somebody, I let them know I have a problem with them. Scotty Stevens, take notes. I have a problem with you. So anyway, next question.
Logan Perry from Warren, Pennsylvania writes, if you have a dream team Survivor Series type match in RCW, who would your teams consist of?
Okay, active wrestlers, I'm going to guess. So I can't say anybody from the past. But if I did a dream team from the active wrestlers, you would have me. You would have Harley T. Morris. You would have John Rossiter. You would have, oh gosh, who else would I put on my team? Oh yeah, George Davis. And you would have one other good wrestler that I really like in there. I think we bring Schizo back for that one. And then we take on Marcus Knight, Aaron Black, Scott E. Stevens, Lionheart, he's a good one. He's the only good one in that group. And Danny England. That would be my 5-on-5.
I would say, they're all the 10 most experienced wrestlers on the roster.
And the only reason why I left Spike and Crowley out is because I would go for another match with them too. Good Lord, that was a great match. All right, who are yours?
Okay,
they would have to do a singles match on the same card.
I'm trying to think.
You can put Spike and Crowley on yours if you want to.
If I had a front of Survivor Series team, it would be, of course, Spike St. James because he has experience in the fact that he knows MMA, he knows what body parts to break.
Yeah.
Alexander Crowley.
Yeah.
Because he's daring.
Yeah, but he's a good guy, so you have to make the faces. So those two would be facing each other. So
let me think. The Hawaiian Hammerhead, Draven Post. Oh, you
got to put a jobber in there?
No, the only other name I can think of.
No, he's good. He's there. I get it.
Let's see. That's 3 of them.
Where the hell am I at in this? I'm the GOAT. I am the GOAT.
And I gotta have a GOAT on my team.
And no Marcus Knight?
Well, you only have 5 guys.
No, you already
Well, okay. Yeah, and Marcus Knight.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I've wrestled both of
Goat
them.
in the
Know what their
boat.
abilities are.
Goat in the boat.
You got it.
Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and let that be your answer, even though I had to coach you. What is the last question?
Last question is this one's particularly for you. Hey, role model, I heard you had to travel up to Cleveland on July 6th. Are you afraid of the Browns fans are going to smack you around like the Browns will your Steelers? From Bend Over, Take It Like a Man, Ohio.
Oh, we changed it from State Penn on this one because it sounds so much like Penn State. What a douche. First of all, I wish this dude would come to a show so I could smack him in his face. The Browns ain't going to beat my Steelers, son. That's the stupidest thing I think I've ever heard someone say. So there's where you were wrong on that one. And then on top of being wrong on that one, I ain't afraid of anybody, especially somebody from Cleveland. Let me explain something to you. People from Cleveland are used to being beaten. They're used to defeat. That's what they grew up on. That's what they believe. They go into a playoff game and they expect to lose. They go into a game regular. They expect to lose. They get into the ring. No offense, buddy, but they expect to lose. And that's where the difference is. I'm from Akron, Ohio. I'm a lot closer to Canton than most of the other people are. And Canton, Ohio is where the Steelers go to retire. So let's just be honest about it. You know, I'm a homer, I guess.
Speaking of which, you know what? I was joking around with my wife last night. I said, because she likes the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Smart woman.
Yeah.
You're very right.
And I told her, if you like the Steelers so much, why don't I just leave you in Pittsburgh? You let you marry a Steelers player. And she'll say, no, I love you. I go, okay. We'll leave it at that.
Well, she gave the wrong answer on that. I would have been like, that is a great idea. But, I'm a jerk. So there's that.
Well, I mean, I've been married for 25 years. I married her. I put up with her. So I just let it be.
Anyway. So thank you for that last dumb question. Jeffrey, thank you for being my guest.
No problem.
Hopefully we hear from Paul Rhodes, see if he accepts your match. And again, July 6th, Battle on Hollow Grounds at Cleveland, Ohio, Gargano's Pizzeria. And then, of course, Art of War 5, August 10th at the Akron Turner Club in Talmadge, Ohio. For Jeffrey LaRocque, I am your role model, Rick Lieb, saying join us again next week for another edition of RCW Spotlight.